Libras, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for July 11th through the 17th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and have a look here. First, starting with yourself in the chart, and this is seen by, of course, your ruler Venus, who is transiting that 10th house of yours. So the 10th house is about productive things. It's about your career and everything in that future-oriented level. So I think that's still a great area to focus if you aren't already, and you could even be making perhaps some connections there in your career and perhaps enjoying that quite a bit also. Now, regarding your first house, you do have Mars, who went direct here a couple weeks ago. So there's this forward-moving energy, perhaps a bit of this independence and drive that is certainly moving forward for you. And this is all part of this grand trine. As you can see here this week, Mars is going to be trining up to Chiron. And this is a very nice aspect. It is going to go exact over the weekend. So this is a bit of that feeling healed. Now this is feeling healed for you personally, I think, because it's involving your first house, maybe a bit of that confidence. But a lot of this is involving relationships because Mars does rule that second house of yours in Aries. So very good here, I think, with some healing with the relationship front this week and those one-to-one connections and those kinds of things. Even over the weekend, in fact, Mars in the other side of that grand trine is going to be trining up to the sun. And so there could be a bit of that self-expression as well, perhaps, and a bit of that playfulness in those one-to-one connections. So that takes us to the work sector for you, and this is always seen by Jupiter, ruling that sixth house of yours. Jupiter is not forming, actually Jupiter is forming some aspects here. Or is he? No, he's not. He is not forming any aspects here this week, but he is continuing to transit your 11th house, which is about your aspirations. So I think it's still great to cultivate those aspirations, your future-oriented things, and maybe even spending some time with friends or even networking as well can be an excellent way of furthering that work sphere for you at the moment. All right, now in terms of finances, this is also seen by Mars, who does rule that second house of yours, Scorpio. And although things are reflective here in this area with Saturn retrograde in your second house, I think reflecting on where you can continue to take this disciplined action and this patient action when it comes to the financial stuff. You know, with Saturn, actually, it may feel sometimes like there's limitation here, but Saturn in the long term, you know, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, does provide fruits where there is hard work put in. So that's something to still consider and reflect on while Saturn's retrograde there. But Mars, again, direct and in a grand trine this week, can be supportive there for the financial stuff. All right, so those are those key areas. Now, in terms of the overview, we pretty much covered it. Mercury, we didn't talk about, here on Monday is going to be squaring up to Uranus. So if you are feeling a bit of this wanting to break free, maybe this bit of irritability or something with wanting to expand your horizons or something like that, you know, there's still a lot of focus for you guys to be focused on, perhaps your adventurous spirit, philosophy, and expanding those horizons. But if Mercury squaring up to Uranus on Monday feels a little bit jittery, or you're wanting to break free in some level, maybe with the routine or the work stuff, I think implementing that, listening to that, but implementing it one step at a time, very slowly. And there could even be some healing as well taking place with that adventurous spirit as the second half of the day unfolds. All right, and then there's no major aspects throughout the week, but over the weekend, like I said, there are these trines up from Mars, this grand trine. And the sun will be also squaring up to Uranus here over the weekend. So while there is support here, I think particularly for you in terms of those relationships and perhaps those financial values or just values in general, there is this square up to Uranus. So again, just like the earlier part of the week here with whatever it is you're focused on or have been focused on with the big picture, with philosophy or travel for some of you or studies, whatever it might be, just taking things nice and slow there over the weekend with that square up to Uranus. And Mercury is going to be conjoining up to Venus, in fact. So with your ruler here, actually, this weekend, you guys could be feeling quite communicative. Could be a great weekend for learning, reading, writing, that kind of a thing. And in many ways, a new you regarding how you think and how you communicate is certainly unfolding. All right, so Libras, hope you guys have an excellent week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.